Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone going? I'm gonna come on here and talk about tonight's WWE RAW. It was the go-home edition of for WrestleMania 28, which is this Sunday, live on pay-per-view from Miami, Florida. And I'm just gonna talk about what I liked on tonight's RAW and touch on WrestleMania and where I see things going at this point in time. Alright, I'm going to start talking about what opened the show, which was Randy Orton and Sheamus teaming up against Kane and Daniel Bryan. Kane and Daniel Bryan ended up getting the win on Orton and Sheamus after, AJ Lee got involved and saved Daniel Bryan's ass, and Kane ended up choke slamming Sheamus, and Daniel Bryan got the pin, which I thought something like that was going to happen, And it seems like all signs are indicating that Sheamus is going to win the championship at WrestleMania. But nothing is ever a sure thing with WWE. Things change at the drop of a dime. Things get rewritten at the last second. But that's how I see things going at this point in time. But I'm glad WWE put these four together, got them involved with one other tonight, so that way it builds toward their respective WrestleMania matches. Next thing I want to discuss is CM Punk and Chris Jericho and their dynamic from tonight. Jericho once again doing fabulous heel work here, getting more and more personal with CM Punk. He's been, over the last couple weeks, Chris Jericho's been saying shit about CM Punk's family, about how his dad was an alcoholic and his sister had problems with drugs, and tonight he mentioned something about his mom and how her and his dad got married the day after he was born, and Jericho said that legally defines CM Punk as a bastard. And, that just added more fuel to the fire tonight. And Punk, he went up against Christian, and Punk basically went ham on Christian. He attacked him, he beat the hell out of him outside the ring, he put him in Anaconda Vice. The referees had to separate Punk from Christian, and storyline-wise, Punk injured Christian. So I think this makes CM Punk very dangerous heading into WrestleMania. Like that once that bell rings, and once Jericho and Punk, when their match gets underway, that Punk is just gonna go in there and try to rip Chris Jericho's head off and just beat the shit out of him for all of the stuff he has said about his family, and just straight up just beating the hell out of him. It's not gonna be a wrestling match, it's gonna be a fight, pretty much. And Chris Jericho, he has this vendetta that he wants to break CM Punk. He wants to beat him down, break him down, take the WWE Championship from him, and reclaim the title of the best in the world. And, this is the match that I'm looking forward to the most at WrestleMania. You got two of the most talented performers right now in wrestling in one match. They're both charismatic, they're both great wrestlers, great talents, and they're going to put together quite possibly the best match of this card, bar none. And I'm looking forward to it. And next thing I want to touch on is The Undertaker and Triple H, the promo packages that they put together for these two. And they were pretty good promo packages, It took a look at their respective careers and what they both achieved in their careers. Obviously, The Undertaker put together the impressive WrestleMania streak, which this match is about, the streak, and for Triple H to end it, or The Undertaker to continue it. And the Triple H, they show Triple H's rise from being, one of the guys on the lower of the totem pole to being the diamond of the business at the top, being WWE champion, being the man, and now it's all come to a head. These two guys' career paths are now merged together. The end of an era at WrestleMania 28. Will it be The Undertaker continuing the streak, or will Triple H be ending the streak? And it seems like, it's the end for one of these two guys right here. Is it the end for The Undertaker, or is it the end for Triple H? And heading into that match, I was not looking forward to it at all. I did not want to see it happen, but what they did from the beginning to now, they got me interested. I want to see this match. I want to see how they do inside Hell in a Cell. I want to see whether or not Shawn Michaels is going to call this match down the middle. Is he going to screw over Triple H? Is he going to screw over The Undertaker? It's going to be an epic encounter for sure, and these two men are not going to be the same after this one. I can almost guarantee you that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope everyone else is. Let's see, what else? I'm going to touch on Miz joining Team Teddy. I mean not Team Teddy. See, I botched, just like Laurinaitis did tonight. Miz joining Team Laurinaitis, and Booker T joining Team Teddy. The Miz joining Team Johnny. I'm glad he's finally in on this match. I've been waiting, and I kind of had the feeling that Miz was going to turn face here and join Team Teddy, after failing to get on Team Johnny. But obviously Miz, he came out tonight, he hit the Skull Crush finale on Santino, and he joined Team Johnny. So Miz is now on Team Johnny, and and also another note here, since CM Punk storyline injured Christian, Drew McIntyre has taken Christian's place on Team Johnny. And, I'm happy for Drew McIntyre that he's on the WrestleMania card. He's probably thinking, holy shit, this is the greatest thing that's happened to me in this company since I won the Intercontinental Championship. But, yeah, I'm happy for Drew McIntyre. He's been down for so long in the company, and he's finally it seems like he might be on his way back up. But with WWE, you never know with the guys and stuff. But as far as Booker T joining Team Teddy, I'm not a fan of it. Now before you guys leave hate comments and all that shit, just hear me out. They chose a commentator to be on Team Teddy when they could have chose someone else on the roster. They could have chose Brodus Clay to be the last guy on Team Teddy. Give Brodus Clay a spot at WrestleMania. I'm just saying. That would have been awesome for Brodus and help build, to the star he's been on as of late, But instead they chose Booker T, a commentator. I understand Booker T is a semi-active wrestler and stuff like that, and, he can still go, but I'm just not a fan of inactive wrestlers or semi-active wrestlers getting in on these kind of matches when it should be, for guys who have been on the roster, night in and night out, and they're doing their thing, But that's just my opinion, I know some people love it, and that's your take on it. I'm not going to judge you and stuff like that. It's what you think. But that's just me though. And what else do I want to touch on? Oh yeah, the Divas match for WrestleMania. I heard that Maria Menounos, who's scheduled to participate in this match, she has a couple broken ribs, I heard today. So, what are they going to do about this match? Are they going to replace Maria Menounos with, someone else, like Natalia or, whoever. I mean, see, this is what I don't like. When WWE puts these celebrities in there and stuff like this occurs. She is doing Dancing with the Stars right now. So she has prior commitments already. And you book her to be a part of this WrestleMania match. And now it's going to be potentially changed because she has a couple broken fucking ribs. Now, I'm not saying it's her fault or anything, but I'm just saying, this is bad on WWE's part. But, not a whole lot of us care about the Divas match anyways, but I'm just pointing it out, for, WWE's lack of logic, as they tend to have from, all the time. But anyways, moving on, I'm going to touch on Cody Rhodes and Big Show real quick before I talk about Rock and Cena. Big Show, he squashed the tag team champions tonight, which I wasn't a fan of at all. And Cody Rhodes comes out, and he cut a good promo on Big Show afterwards. He was basically saying that Big Show is going to be a failure come WrestleMania, and how people don't want to like kids at school, they don't want to do a Big Show on their test scores or something like that, or guys at a bar, they don't want a Big Show with a really fly girl, And the last line he said I thought was pretty funny. He says, "I gotta take a Big Show." But Cody Rhodes, he's been pretty entertaining throughout this feud with Big Show. Just making Big Show out to be a big ass and a big failure heading into WrestleMania. But I think what it's pointing to is that Big Show is going to destroy Rhodes at WrestleMania and become the Intercontinental Champion. Now I don't want that to happen, but with WWE, they make one guy, one guy look strong, and then their opponent beats them at a pay-per-view or whatnot. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen for sure, but I wouldn't pass the WWE to put the IC title on the Big Show. And last but not least, the closing segment, The Rock and John Cena. Now, before Raw, the USA Network aired a documentary with The Rock and John Cena, basically profiling their lives and their careers, and now they have come together full circle for this match at WrestleMania, which is 6 days away in Miami. I thought the documentary was pretty solid, but I don't think it really did much for the match. They should have just had the guys kind of say give their thoughts on what's ahead of them. Their personal legit thoughts about this match and what they want to do and how they feel about their opponent and how big this is going to be, because this is a once in a lifetime match right here. You have The Rock, an icon, a guy who helped put the WWE on the map, against John Cena, the top star of today. And they're going to face off one-on-one this Sunday at WrestleMania. I felt like the documentary should have been more about their match instead of their lives. But, that's just my opinion. But the closing segment of Raw, I felt, was pretty well done. Both guys were pretty emotional as far as their stance about this Sunday and how they feel about each other and what this match means to him. John Cena says that this match means everything to him. The past 10 years, he's helped build a stardom for himself. He's solidified himself as the top player of the WWE. And The Rock comes in And for him, it's about coming back and making a spectacle of WrestleMania 28. You know, he wants to come in and put on the best WrestleMania match of all time with John Cena, and to beat John Cena to be the greatest WWE superstar of all time. So for John Cena, this match needs to validate him as a WWE superstar. It needs to validate himself as a person. For The Rock, it needs to validate himself as the greatest of all time. But the segment was pretty good, and a lot of people were expecting a physical confrontation, you know, between these two, and they were disappointed that they didn't get that. Well, you see, the thing is, WWE has a pay-per-view to build towards, and they also have to keep these guys, you know, injury-free heading into WrestleMania. Hell, they had a scare a week ago when John Cena was in that car accident. You know, that could have been bad. You know, Cena could have been seriously injured in that car accident. You know, and I know some people are saying it was a work and whatnot. Well, I mean, hell, even if it was a work, you know, I mean, they didn't make it like a fucking a big storyline madness out of it. So hell, you know. But yeah, Rock and Cena at WrestleMania. You know, I mean, we've been waiting for this match for a year, and it's going to happen in 6 days from now. April 1st, Miami, WrestleMania. It's time. And I'm looking forward to it. And on that note, I'm going to close out this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And also, don't forget to tune into the WV Lowdown YouTube channel on Wednesday. Me, Lucas, and a couple other people from Wrestling Vengeance will be doing a show. It's gonna be a big preview show regarding WrestleMania. You're not gonna want to miss it. And remember, head over to WrestlingVengeance.com for all the latest information on that. And until next time, peace.